Kevin and Pat. I'm Kevin.
And I'm Patrick. And on this show, we are going to attempt to make Jeff Bezos overtake Elon Musk as the richest person in the world because we love Amazon's automations on this show.
That's right. Perfect. So how was your week this week?
Dude, yo, man, I screwed all the way up.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I screwed up, but they talk about having to take accountability. So I told you about the gym thing, and
Yep.
the guy's internet just wasn't strong enough. He was running. I did a speed test on him. He was running 80 megabytes of speed, 80 megabits of speed, and I'm running Arlo 4K ultra cameras in his house. I mean, in
Yep.
his gym, in a 40,000 square foot gym.
Yeah.
And I tried to use the TinyCam Pro app with the Amazon dongle. It failed. It just was a glitchy mess. I'm like, dog, I'm giving you all your money back. Like, I'm sorry, dude. He was like, that's okay, man. At least you tried. And I was just like, I went home
Yeah.
with the most depressing drive, just
No,
listening to
sure.
Wallflowers, One Headlight.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
the start. But anyway, how was your week?
About the same. About the same. I'm currently working on a project. He got a brand new TV, so it's a Sony TV, it's 4K, like I think it's a 2020 actually, so it's brand new. And as you know,
Cool.
it doesn't have any of the old school inputs in it. It's like RCA, things like that. But he has a Bose system, like surround sound system from about 10 years ago, which has all those RCA inputs. I'll just say I've gone through about 4 different adapters and returned them back to the store because none of them actually worked for what he wanted. So like it's currently like his cable box is fine. It's working through surround sound, no problem. But as soon as he goes on the TV and he goes, let's say YouTube or Prime Video, things like that, it's not broadcasting through the surround sound system. So I'll be back at it again next week.
He's not going to part with that surround system.
He's not, no.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so I'm back at it again next week. So, and mind you, this is, again, like a 30-minute drive one way. So it's an hour commute just going there and back. And I've gone there about 3 times so far. So it's, yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
And just for the record, me and him, we both own a Dodge Grand Caravan, of the 4th or 5th gen model. They're 3.7 liter. They're terrible on gas. About 24 miles per gallon if you're lucky. So this is why this sucks. And when you're your own business and you're your own entrepreneur, like literally everything down to the penny matters. Like, you have to look at mileage and you have to look at, the time that it takes to get to some of these places. These are all kinds of unknown expenses. Yeah, like that really hinder any sort of profits receivable.
Yeah.
And they do hinder the business. So.
And I kind of I'm going to ask this question because I feel like other people that kind of watch this would kind of be curious about the answer to this, as to what your thoughts are on this. So I've been kind of pondering. I went yesterday, finished the job like to an extent in terms of his surround sound was working with his cable box, right? So he paid me in cash. It was good to go, whatever. But he also knew I was coming back today. Do you, if you were me, would you be asking him for payment every time you go?
What did he pay you for? He pays you for the attempts.
He paid me yesterday. He paid me for the my hours, so my labor, plus the part that I bought yesterday. So it was about 3 hours and 45 minutes for labor, and then about $60 for a part.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, see, here's the thing. Like, you're asking the wrong person. I am terrible with money, bro. Let me tell you something. This gym membership, I did a 10 camera Arlo setup at this gym, and my profit for setting it up was $300. I did a 10 camera Arlo setup for $1,600, and my profit was $300. Okay, I had to say that twice because I'm so mad at myself about it. But I mean, here's the thing with that. Like, I feel funny about asking people for money because I'm a technician and not a businessman.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I'm still making that transition, and I'm
Yeah.
not trying to cop out on you, man, but like it's one of those things like to each his own because I don't know.
Yeah. See, that's my problem too. I'm in the zone, like technician zone. Yeah, I have problems asking for money
Hmm.
too. I'm just like, yeah, yeah. So it's
Well,
definitely
I
rough.
mean, I mean, as a fixed. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I was just thinking like I remember my wife. She was looking. She's an artist, and she was looking at. She was trying to figure out how to charge what she pays. For the paintings and stuff like that. Because at first she would just charge just for the easel and the paint and like maybe a little bit of her time. So that she was charging like 20-30 bucks for painting. And there's a creative formula to it apparently. And with us, you have to remember. Listen, you factor in that mileage. Yeah, I mean, we have to
Yeah.
factor in the mileage. There has to be some overhead, even though we're by ourselves and we're doing this, but we are still a company. We have company shit. You just told me you went.
Yeah.
Excuse me for cursing. You just told me you went back and forth to a store 3 different times for this part.
Exactly.
That's in a car that gets 20 miles to the gallon, bro. That's like a lot.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a lot, and that's not. It's not
Yeah.
prosperous is what the word. Yeah.
Yeah. See, like the way I do it, like especially like I did this yesterday because I was going far, but the minute I get in my car and leave this driveway, my timer goes on, and that's what I'm charging. I'm charging from the minute I leave that driveway.
Wow.
So
You sound like my ex boss, my mentor.
yeah, I mean that's the way I've been doing. That's the way like other companies I've worked for. Like let's say like I was doing my IT gig before. The minute we left the
Mm.
office is the minute the timer went on, right? So they were charging from that point on.
I mean, I know about that one. See, I didn't even know.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't realize you can do that. Like, cause in over here in America land, where everything sucks. Um, here we have. I didn't
Yeah.
charge for mileage because I figured I got the QuickBooks app over
Yeah.
here, and they charge. I think the government raised like 59, 58 cents a mile. So I just figured like, well, that's how I'll make that profit back, so I can keep the overhead lower. But apparently, I'm also too stupid to do taxes. But that's a whole other thing that we have to talk about.
Yeah.
Taxes suck. Please
Yeah. Yeah.
comment below if you know any quick tutorial videos for taxes because man, I'm pretty sure I paid the IRS like half of my profits by mistake. So I don't know. I got to figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah. Taxes aren't easy. That's for sure.
hmm.
Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
no. As for that whole problem though, like I guess I'll just keep on doing it that way. I have to go back again. I just ordered a part from Amazon, so once that comes in, I'm going again. I'll charge
Okay.
him again from the moment I leave the driveway to when I get there. It's only gonna take me maybe like 20 minutes to actually do the job, so wouldn't be that hard.
Do they give you any kind of flack when you ask for your prices?
No, no. He said his words exactly were, "I'd rather pay you because Best Buy is expensive." Or no, so
Thank
geek
you.
well the Geek
So
Squad. So yeah, yeah,
right.
yeah,
Huh. So there's something else. Like we're in the same boat there. Like I've gotten people call me very fair when it comes to prices.
yeah, yeah.
So, perhaps we are charging a little bit too less, like
I
not enough.
I was I was thinking this yesterday because of the fact of this guy wanted me to mount his TV, and I asked him who he called. He called a company down here that does the TV sales, like audio video type thing, and they've been around
Hmm.
for years, even before I was born. But I called them just as a customer asking how much they charge to mount TVs. They charge 140 bucks.
Bro, I put a TV up for 60 for my boy out
Yeah.
in West Philly, and he gave me a free level. Like, wow, 140.
Yeah, I told him it was 40 bucks an hour and it would take me about an
Huh.
hour and a half to do. So that's like $60. Yeah.
You're charging these people an hourly rate.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's how I do
Wow.
all my work is just hourly. So that way I don't lose out on money and I don't,
Dude, I didn't even think of that.
yeah.
Yeah, of course, of course. Yeah.
Because that way if you're doing like a
Huh.
crazy job that like you got to climb on a roof and install 10 cameras, it takes you 5 hours to do, you're not going to lose out on money, right? Because you're, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I did this one girls thing. I remember it took me 5 hours to hook up uh it was a 8 pod ambient lighting setup in her cupboards. It
Yeah.
took me 5 hours to get that job done.
Okay.
Guess how much I charged her? Guess how much my profit was?
You know, I sound very happy, so I guess maybe like $40.
Close. $126.
Oh wow.
She gave me $1 as a tip. I was like, oh, 125. And she was just like, okay, here's 126. I put the wrong number in. I'm just
Wild.
take care.
Crazy.
Can't say her name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy.
But
I
yeah, like
yeah, no, I just feel like it's a good way to, you know, kind of keep your personal profit at a reasonable level, but you also like you're fair to the customer too, right? Like if you tell them, hey, expect $50 an hour or expect $40 an hour, they know what to expect. So that way
right,
if you're the,
right,
if you're
right.
there
You're
for
just straight
like,
up front.
yeah. So that way if they see that you've been there for like
Hmm.
3 hours and they're like, well, I can't afford much more than this, they can tell you to leave or, you know, right? Like that way they know when you know and everybody knows. Yeah.
That's a really good premise. That's a
Yeah.
really good premise, man. Like, yeah, like they'd be like, all right, look, like hey, you're getting too close. You know, like I've been at people's places, and I remember we were talking about this last week, where I get caught up talking to people,
Yeah.
you know, and because see, I'm not. I mean, I have like about 1,500 friends on Facebook or something like that. So I'm not really doing jobs for strangers. I'm doing jobs for friends. So
Yeah.
you know, you start
Yeah.
shooting shit, you know, whatever, whatever. I don't think I've
Exactly.
ever. The gym guy was my only stranger, you know, like
Yeah.
so. That was
Yeah.
yeah. Mm.
Crazy. Yeah.
So
And
let me touch back on this failure thing though. Like,
oh, I think we lost some audio, Pat. We lost Pat in the audio. Okay, and I just wanted to touch base now on another topic here. So I just got a message from a customer saying that he was on my page and he left me an A+ review. Right? And I kind of just want to just kind of want to go through that,
nice.
like how I got that. I mean, this is the guy that had that bow system we were talking about at the beginning of the show.
Uh-huh.
And I was essentially figuring out most of this stuff all like along the way. But I feel like I don't know, I kind of fake it till you make it. I guess that's the easiest way to explain it, right?
The thing is, we're gonna figure it's tech. You hit the roadblock, and
Yeah,
you usually have a friend that'll help you out. Like you helped me out a couple of weeks ago, and
mm,
then you just and as long as they see you trying, as long as they
exactly.
see you trying, you're gonna get that. That's the thing we got to talk about. Like if you show the effort, and you don't be like like a little student kind of dickish and stuff like that, you
Yeah, yeah,
know, doesn't really matter how long it takes. You know, they'll work with you. They'll
yeah.
definitely work with you.
I
That's
mean,
wonderful, man. That's wonderful.
it's definitely like an industry where like I feel it's easy to think you know everything, right? But if you come across that way, that's the way that you get those lower ratings, just because people don't typically like that. Like they're just like, you know, like I'm glad this. Yeah, I don't know.
He frowns on those type of people. Like, I mean, unless they back it up, but even then, they don't like those type of people. Those sort of narcissistic, I got this type of people,
Yeah,
because you know, first of all, most people in society are insecure as it is, and if you just kind of come in like I got this, and then you flounder,
yeah,
holy boy, you
yeah,
you messed up bad there, man. Like
exactly. Yeah, and the other
that's
thing
what's
is
up,
like,
though. Like seriously.
yeah, I mean, you just even if you do know everything, just kind of I don't know, just go along with it and just be friendly, right? Just conversational and just, talk through it. And that way, if you're, the
Well,
other thing
I
is,
mean,
oh yeah, no, just really quick thing. Like
wait,
the
go
other
ahead.
thing is too, like I noticed, especially on this job, it took me a few hours, but if you're talking to the customer, they kind of lose track as to how long you've actually been there. So that way you can kind of continue on your own. Like, yeah, but
I got to talk about that. That drives me crazy. Like talking to customers while I'm doing my job. Because if I'm quite honest, when you're when you're at that level of you're at that edge of your intellectual capacity.
yeah,
Is the best way to say it. Like when you're
yep,
really in the midst of concentrating. I have a guy that's talking to me about Star Trek.
yep,
I have a guy that's talking to me. This one guy was he like I'm installing his cameras, and him and his wife, they're so excited. While I'm on the app, they've already downloaded the app and they're playing with the app on the inside while I'm installing the cameras and stuff like that. It's just
yeah. I mean, we were,
and
and like this customer here, this Bose guy. I mean, we're not going to get too far into this topic because I mean, I feel like it's kind of
well,
confrontational
I
of
mean,
sorts,
we're
but
beating the dead horse, but this is yeah,
yeah.
this is yeah,
So it's,
fine,
but
fine.
his topic of choice the whole time I was there was U.S. politics at the moment because
Uh,
Canadians are having fun with that. But I mean, it's not. You know, I tried to stay out of it as much as possible.
listen, listen, the reason why you're Canada is because you didn't believe in mob rule. Now, when y'all actually see mob rule happen, then just shush, okay?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so I
Wow.
mean, he
Yeah.
and he had CNN on to test the surround sound system. So all I heard was you know Trump videos and things going around surround sound, and it was great. I mean, yeah,
Listen, on
yeah,
behalf of the United States of America land, we have a new president. I just don't know where he is yet. I think he's supposed to start next week. I don't know. So again, I'm sorry.
yeah.
Oh Jesus Christ. Well, I
But
mean, here's the thing with that. Like, I hate to say this, and I feel like I'm evil for saying this, but here in America, this is what we do all the time. We shoot people, whatever, whatever. And the thing about that is, chaos for me is good for business.
that's
Sorry,
true. Yeah,
because like I said, I had the riots back in June, and that's literally how my business got started. The guy called me, interesting name was Caesar. Um, said that. But called me. I got my first WAS camera cell for that, and
yeah,
because there were bombings and riots or whatever going on in my area. So I mean, that's what it is. Out of the ashes rises the phoenix, or so to speak. Whatever
yeah, yeah.
that type of thing. So
I mean, it definitely is. I can see that aspect of it where it's good for business. Like it's you get
so
different like
listen,
for cameras and things like that.
yeah, like I mean, so speaking of that, like, cause that's a win. Have you had any wins? We didn't even talk about wins yet. Like the this week.
Wins in terms of what exactly?
I mean, what's your profit looking like?
Profit. I mean,
Have you? I mean, any kind
I
of
mean, I'm
wins or anything?
um no, but I did those jobs. I did two of those yesterday, and I got
Yeah.
I think $205 profit, something like that. Not horrible. So it's a start, right? It was
You link
my
your
first.
account to Bitcoin. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was my first two jobs that I've actually done professionally, like within my own business, right? So it's a start for sure.
Heck
Yeah,
yeah. Heck yeah.
yeah,
Like it's my first profit was $25. Your first
yeah,
profit was 200.
yeah.
Good. Very, very good.
And I mean,
Definitely.
also have, it's not really a lead as much as a get this done now type thing, but my landlord on the other side here, she wants cameras installed in all these buildings. Like I have this house here, and then there's a few over there. Last week, yeah,
That's the jackpot, dude. That's the
yeah.
jackpot.
Well, it's
Oh man.
the funny thing is, I essentially started this whole thing because last week I had my stroller sitting on the front deck, and this is like a rich area, so I mean, theft is not a big concern. My stroller got stolen
Right.
off the step, and
Wow.
then the day after that, this is bizarre, but someone stole her whole trash can with the trash inside it. With yeah, that being said, you got anything else to talk about before we go?
Oh, I got a lot of stuff. We can talk about the cars and what not to buy, but we can save that for next week because I have plenty more mistakes and plenty more hope for next week. Uh, you want me to sign off?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks for listening to us again through this little bit of a bumpy one. Sorry about technical difficulties. Um, I'm Pat from Houston's Home Automation, founder of Houston's Home Automation. You can find Kevin in New Minas, Nova Scotia,
Yep.
for KPS Home Automation, and we're
I
here.
even got
We're
the shirt
Tex
now.
in the Greater Northeast area. Hey, look at that! I'm sorry.
I made it myself. So,
Dude,
yeah.
that's so awesome.
Yeah.
All right, well, I got to tell you something when we get off air.
Okay.
But yeah, that's our time.
Cool. See you in the next one.
See you on the next one, guys.